Hashem, we're dedicating the limud today לעילוי נשמת שלמה בן מרדכי ז"ל בתוך what? משה מרדכי, שלמה בן משה מרדכי ז"ל בעזרת השם בתוך שאר כל נשמות בני ישראל and also לרפואה שלמה of the baby בן אסתר בת חנה the בן of צבי בן גילה ברוך השם רפואה שלמה. So בעזרת השם we are in Torah למד part Zayin, part Zayin. אוי ויי. ועיקר התגלות החסד הנ"ל and all of that kindness. All of you have tickets to Uman? But you're sitting so quiet? Yes, everyone? Working on it? So, we need to talk about Uman. ועיקר התגלות החסד הנ"ל and the main way of revealing that wonderful kindness שעל ידו, that by that kindness קוצרין וחותכין, harvesting and cutting ומבדילין and separating את הדלת הנ"ל. The dalet means the holy kingdom, means the complete faith, the ability to pray to Hashem. מארבע גלויות של העקום, from the 4 exiles of the nations, הוא על ידי תוכחה, it's by rebuke. Don't worry, I'm not gonna rebuke you today. Don't worry, David Shlomo, I'm not gonna rebuke you. כי על ידי פתיחת פה של המוכיח, because by opening the mouth, the opening of the mouth of the rebuker, it have to be a מוכיח ראוי, a worthy rebuker. So, by that, נתגלה חוכמה, the wisdom is being revealed. ועל ידי זאת החוכמה, and by that wisdom, נתגלה החסד, the kindness is revealing. כי עיקר התגלות החסד, because the main way that the kindness is revealing, על ידי החוכמה, is by the wisdom. כי אל נהירו דחוכמתה, because the word אל, the name כל, of הקדוש ברוך הוא, is telling us about kindness. It's a name that comes out of kindness. Nehiru de Chochmata, it's the light of his wisdom. Where is your father? Yitzchak Meir. He's not supposed to be here. He's in the 5th floor. He will come one day. Leaving tonight. So, he's got all day to do something else, I understand. כמו שכתוב, like that it's written, פיה פתחה בחוכמה, that she opened her mouth with wisdom, ותורת חסד על לשונה, and the Torah of kindness we're gonna hear from her mouth is on her tongue. וזה יהלמני צדיק, when the tzaddik gonna beat me, gonna hit me, יהלמני, מהלומות means hitting. Chesed, he's hitting me with kindness. Veyochichenin, he's rebuking me. Rabbeinu now is saying, Hainu, it means, שעל ידי תוכחה, that by the rebuke, נתגלה chesed, the kindness is being revealed. And now Rabbeinu is explaining what's the connection between rebuke, that it's judgments, to kindness of actually that this is what that they're trying to say. Rabbeinu is explaining. וצריכין אנו לקבל תוכחתם, and we need to accept their rebuke. אף על פי, even though שתוכחה שלהם, that sometimes their rebuke היא לפעמים דרך ביזיון, it's to disgrace us, שמבזים אותנו, that they are disgracing us. אף על פי כן, even though צריכין אנו לקבל תוכחתם, we need to receive their rebuke, כדי לקבל על ידו את החסד כנ"ל, to receive the kindness through their rebuke. I told you once that Rabbi Yehuda Zev Leibovich, he was rebuking his helper, Rabbi Aaron, that he was staying in his house in Bnei Brak. Rabbi Yehuda Zev Leibovich lived a lot of years in Tel Aviv, and then he moved to the house of Rabbi Aaron to Bnei Brak. And then he was talking a lot about the Avrechim, Bnei Brakim, the Avrechim from Bnei Brak. He was saying a lot of rebukes on the Bnei Brakim. So Rabbi Aaron, he said, it was in the beginning, I was still rude. He didn't know Rabbi Yehuda Zev Leibovich well enough. So he asked him, he told him, but Rabbi Yehuda, those Bnei Brakim, they are the ones that are taking care of you now that you're sick. Why? He meant me, myself, that he was there helping him. So he told him, you are the ones that made me sick. Isn't it the right thing that you're going to help me when I'm sick right now? So we need to understand that they are disgracing us because that actually we are forcing them to disgrace us. They're suffering for us so much. כי מה שתוכחתם הולכת לפעמים בדרך ביזוי, because the reason that the rebuke once in a while is going through disgrace, צריך לדון אותם לכף זכות. We have to judge them to כף זכות, a positive way. כי אין אדם נתפס על צערו, because you cannot catch a person because of his sorrow. He is suffering, that righteous man. כי סובלים צער גדול מאיתנו, because they're suffering a huge suffering from us. It's like a teacher in a class or something that he decided to give his wild students 1 hour off or something, took them to a certain trip or something like that. And now the principal is fighting and rebuking him, that teacher. And he's accepting all of that rebuke for them. And he's happy to take that rebuke. So also HaKadosh Baruch Hu can decide to punish a leader, a certain leader, because that leader is covering for the generation, and he is suffering and accepting all of the shame and all of the rebuke from HaKadosh Baruch Hu also. So once in a while, you see also his sorrow, his pain that he is going through to save us, that he is fighting for us. כי אפילו משהו טוב אצלנו, because even what that it's good for us, if there is something that is good for us, mean you daven the long 18, 1 hour 18, every bracha and bracha, you put mamash, all of your effort, and you finish 18, 1 hour 18, it's great, right? הוא רעה אצל הצדיקים, it's a bad thing for the tzadikim. Means now when the tzaddik gonna have to take your tefillah and to rise it and to bring it to Hashem Yitbarach, it's gonna be so hard for him. Even a long 18 that you prayed, that you thought that you prayed well, for him it's gonna be such a huge job to fix that 18 from her twist and crookedness that you tried. For you it's good, but the tzaddik now, all of your nonsense, even long 18, how many awful thoughts you had? How many things that were not connected at all to the 18 were in that tefillah? Even if you mamash were concentrating, we know our lackings a little bit. Long Hitbodedut, 6 hours of Hitbodedut. You're saying to yourself, yeah, great. What were you doing there? You know how much time it's going to take to the tzaddik to separate between the real good things that you done in those 6 hours to all of the nonsense that you were disgracing Hashem Yitbarach during the 6 hours. And the tzaddik have to do that, 6 hours disgrace. The tzaddik have to purify that. Even what that is pure, that is good for you, when the tzaddik have to deal with it, it's confusing him and it's a lot of powers takes from him. וכאין מה שאמרו רבותינו, and like that it's written in the Gemara, זיכרונם לברכה, in מסכת יבמות, כל טובתן של רשעים, all of the good things of the רשעים, רעה היא אצל הצדיקים. It's bad for the righteous people. היינו, means, כי העסקים ושיחת חולין שלנו, business and simple conversations of us, הוא בוודאי רעה אצלם. For sure it's something bad that they are doing, that the people are doing. Talking and talking about nonsense. One time Rabbeinu said, and Rabbi said it's not a rebuke. One time Rabbeinu said to his one student, Rabbeinu was sitting on the table, and one of the students came to him and started to ask him about Parnasa. And he's asking and asking. Rabbeinu is not answering to him about Parnasa. And he kept on asking, what are you going to do? And Rabbeinu in the end told him, where you find the heart to confuse me so much with your Parnasa issues, when all of your hearts of all of Am Yisrael looks like a desert, that no one can live in that place. And I'm carving away and breaking things and to create a yishuv, a city, to make a city out of that desert. That the Shekhinah gonna be hovering above your hearts, that you're gonna be alive. And you're coming to me and bothering me with all of the Parnasa issues. So it's not a rebuke at all to all of us that we have our issues, but we need to understand the righteous people. The righteous people are so attached to the purpose, to the tachlit. They're looking at the tachlit, and everything that they're doing is not for themselves. They're not taking care of their purpose. They're taking care of your purpose. And you're coming with those Parnasa issues that you have. And it's not that the tzaddik doesn't understand you. Just the tzaddik wants to take you from suffering so much from the Parnasa issues that actually it's nothing. Because if you're going to work, if you're not going to work, you're going to have the same Parnasa. If you're going to sweat, if you're not going to sweat, Borei Olam going to give you Parnasa. Borei Olam is giving Parnasa to everyone. The only lacking that you have is lack of faith. This is why you're suffering. All of the suffering that a person has is only because lack of faith. Borei Olam gave you Parnasa when you were not working. Why now you believe to the Yetzer Hara that is saying to you that if you're not going to work, you will not going to have Parnasa? Look at your life. You came to the age of 30 or 40 or 50 and you ate every day of your life more than one meal. And what do you want from Borei Olam? Why are you blaming him that he cannot give you Parnasa anymore? Because you think that you need to work? Without working, you had your Parnasa all of your life. Without working. And even that the ones that worked all of their lives, or the father worked, so what? Borei Olam, he created that. And he's going to create something else for you from now on. If a person really is dedicating his life to Avodat Hashem, you think that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, B'yomot iten scharo, in the day of working, he's going to give you your gain, your reward. Means that which avodah, is avodah shebalev, which work, you can choose your work, you can work the work of the heart. Zot tefillah, to pray. Rabbeinu is writing in Sefer Amidot that corresponding to the effort that a person is putting in his tefillah, corresponding to that, they're going to give him the Parnasa from heaven. You are mefarnes HaKadosh Baruch Hu with your tefillot, and he's going to give you the Parnasa that you need. Rav Shalom said that one time he said to the Rabbanit in Thursday night, she told him that she needs to make food, he told her no. For Shabbos he told her no, don't make nothing. She said, but we need to make food, what are we going to eat in Shabbos? He told her, don't worry. In Shabbat, Borei Olam going to give us the food that we need in Shabbat. He looked at him, she knew she's got a crazy husband already. But this was a chidush, development in the craziness. What's going on now? Not making food also for Shabbos? And in Friday morning they woke up and she went to the kitchen and he told her, what are you doing? So she said, I'm making food for Shabbos. You need to make something. He told her, don't worry. The one that want to bring Shabbos, he's going to bring us the food for Shabbos. And he was stopping her all of Friday from bringing things for Shabbos, from making food for Shabbos. 1 hour before Knisat Shabbat, someone came to the house, knocked on the door, and put pots and pans and food with everything, boxes of ready food, cooked food for Shabbos. And you're gonna say, no, Rav, he's got stories. Rav Shalom Arush, he's got stories. You're all wrong. It's because that he's got those stories means that he was fighting with his Yetzer Hara. And I'm telling you, even without food, even if the food wouldn't come, and for sure that the food would come, he would stay happy. And he was arguing with his wife and trying to convince her to be happy even in Shabbos, that she will not going to be sad. And because of that Mesirut Nefesh, they're carving a way of faith, of confidence in Hashem Yitbarach. Rav Shalom said, everyone can try that. Go to the supermarket. If you're going to go with prayers, with confidence, with no money in your pockets, you need to buy groceries for Shabbos. Go, take things to that agala. How you said agala kniot? Wagon, what? Cart, wagon. Shush v'agala. So, and you're putting all of the things that you need, the groceries that you need, and you're not stopping from praying, for saying, please Hashem, we need that food for Shabbos. Hashem, we need that food for Shabbos. Come to the kuppah, to the cashier, to that person. You're gonna have the money. I have a friend here from the yeshiva. We can bring him in if you want. His name is Shalom Israel. He came, one of the avrechim, maybe 15 years in this yeshiva. He told me one time I done that. I came to the line. I brought everything. He had 200 shekels on him. He bought groceries and maybe 800 shekels. He put everything on that to that Shabbos, and he came and he brought the things up, and she's taking everything, and he's only prayers. Please Hashem, what I'm gonna do? Please Hashem, help me. Only prayers. He doesn't know no one in the supermarket, nothing. He had 200 shekels with him. Everything went away to the, and he took out from, he asking how much, he's saying 800, I don't know what, 600, took out 200 shekels, saying, please Ribono Shel Olam, and he's saying to Ribono Shel Olam, please Ribono Shel Olam, give me the money to pay. Person that was standing behind him asked him, how much do you need? He said, I lack of 400, 600, I don't know what. Took out from his wallet, gave him the money, he paid, took everything, told him thank you very much, really appreciate that, and went away. And if you think that it's too lean on someone else or to count on miracle for a person that have faith in Hashem Yitbarach, it's not a miracle at all. A miracle is when HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saving you when you don't have a merit. But if you're praying and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is answering to you, this is nature. It's not a miracle at all. It's not a miracle that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Shomei Tefillah. It's a rule of nature that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Shomei Tefillah. When you're not praying and you have parnasah, means for the ones that are going to work and they have parnasah, this is miracles. When you're serving the Lord, when you're serving the Creator, when you're serving Hashem Yitbarach, when you're praying and asking for your parnasah, Rabbeinu said, the person that sat from the morning until noon, until the evening, and learned Torah, and when he goes out from the Bet Midrash, he's saying, Hashem, please give me my parnasah, Borei Olam gonna listen to his tefillah, gonna accept his tefillah. You think that you're gonna learn all day long in the yeshiva, and Borei Olam we're not gonna give you parnasah? It's to blame HaKadosh Baruch Hu in horrible cruelty. To blame him, to say something very horrible on him. Borei Olam, you want me to sin all day long, to cancel time, to talk to people that are far from Kedusha? Gonna have to go down to the sewer, gonna go to climb on buildings, and I don't know what, to find my parnasah. This is how you blessed your son? I want to do tshuva, Borei Olam. I want to serve you. Borei Olam, we're not gonna give you the parnasah. So the righteous people, they want to bring us to that purpose that we're gonna believe in Hashem Yitbarach. That He is the one that is supplying the parnasah. That He's the one that supplies the parnasah. There was one story. There was a building family that lived in a building, and one day a cab stopped in the entrance to the building, and a woman went down with luggage, and she's asking, where is a certain family, and is over there in the building, and the cab is still waiting. And she's saying that she needs to pay money for that family. From that family, they're going to give her money to pay the cab. And she's asking people in the building, and they're saying that there is no family like that in that Haredi building. And she's saying, but they gave me that address, and here they're living in that building. What I'm going to do? And all of the neighbors gathered, and they want to help her if someone knows that family, and no one. In the end, someone donated her money to pay the taxi cab, and he went away. And she said, what I'm going to do, I don't have the number, and they told me this is the address, and she's showing them a note with the address, and no one knows. One of the family, a real frum, Haredi, generous family, took her in and told her, come. She just came. She told her that she just came from United States and that she needs a house to live in. that she's looking for that family, and they said that they're going to help her to find that family. And for now, that woman went into that house and wasn't ready to go out from that house, and she forced herself on that family, and she wouldn't go. And in all of the building, they all knew that it was a scam, that woman. And in the beginning, she was smiling to everyone, and after a while, she was demanding, why we don't have orange juice in the breakfast, why you're not making eggs, and this and that. And for months, she was stuck in that house, and she's not moving. There was not that family, wasn't exist at all. It was mamash. She was doing that in purpose. They paid for a taxi, she went to their apartment, and this is it. And that family didn't know what to do. They want her out. One of the girls, and the girls now sit, I don't know, in the same rooms with the boys, I don't know, craziness, and they want her out. They tried to find a solution, and they couldn't find a solution. And they decided, one day someone came with a dog to the building, to the neighbors, and they said, this is the solution. We're going to bring in the dog, and the dog going to run into the house, and she's going to run out from the house, and we're going to lock the door. This is what they decided to do. So they asked from that nice friend to come with his frightening dog to their house to visit. And exactly like that they wanted it to happen, that dog ran exactly into that woman, and she was terrified, and she dropped everything, and she ran out from the house, and they locked the door. After a while, they checked that she's not in the floor, and they took all of her luggage and everything outside from the door, and she was screaming and running in all of the stairs, and she didn't from all of the floors, and she was screaming, and one of the neighbors opened his door, and she ran into his apartment and locked the door, and she said, there is a dog outside and I'm not going out, and he stuck with her. And for another few months, and that family, one of the daughters, she told that story from the new family. They said to themselves, what are we going to do? They didn't have the heart and the courage to push her, to force her out, and they didn't want her in also. And that woman, she was stuck in their house, rebuking them and telling them what to do for a few months. And they tried, they said that there is fire in the building and have to take everyone out. Nothing helped. She was there and she's not moving nowhere, and this is it. After maybe 3 or 4 months, she passed away. So all of the building, of course, paid for the funeral, for a grave. They couldn't do nothing, you have to do it. And they done everything that they should. After a few weeks, they got a phone call from a lawyer in United States that said that she inherit huge amounts of few millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, to the family that she was staying at. And this is the family. Now he realized, he found them at last. And she inherited huge amount of millions. That woman had buildings, streets, buildings in I don't know where, in United States. And she inherited all of her money to that family. That family went and asked a rabbi if they need to share that money with the other family. So he told them, Mitzad Adin, you don't have to pay, but it's gonna be a very generous thing if you're gonna. So they asked how much we should give them. Half? Huge millions and millions of dollars. They said no, he doesn't know how much you got. Even if you're gonna give him 1 or 2 millions, it's gonna be a huge amount of money. And this is the answer of the Rav Posek, but don't tell him how much. So they came to him and told him the story and gave him $2 or $3 million, something like that. Peanuts, gonna be enough for him for Shabbos. He was very happy. And so you can see from that, every one of us gonna ask himself, what were you doing in a test like that? How are you gonna deal with a woman break into your house and fighting and telling you, rebuking you, an old lady, no, there's no orange juice, what's going on? Why are you not making orange juice in the morning? So it's all tests from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is testing the person every moment, and he's supplying the parnasa. And if you don't have the courage to deal with that fact that Borei Olam, he is the one that is supplying the parnasa, so go and suffer all of your life. B'ze'at apecha tochal lachem, that you're going to sweat to gain your food, it's a curse, it's not a blessing, it's not a bracha. You don't have to sweat. It's a cursing. It's a curse that HaKadosh Baruch Hu cursed Adam HaRishon. The Adam HaRishon didn't have that because he sinned, so he lost his dat. So this is why a person needs to sweat, because he doesn't have dat. He doesn't know Hashem. This is why you have to sweat. But if you know Hashem, you don't need to sweat at all. You can ask from Hashem Yitbarach, please Hashem, give me my parnasa, and B'rol, I'm going to give you a parnasa. If you don't believe in that, or if there is things that are stuck in that, you need to work on yourself to develop that faith. Please Borei Olam, let me believe in you, in the most simple way of them all. Please Borei Olam, I need 2 tickets now to Uman. Please Ribono Shel Olam, what I'm going to do? Please Borei Olam. More effort? No, only more tefillot, more prayers, more confidence. Please Ribono Shel Olam. I had to bring bring money for 3 tickets for me and for 2 sons of mine that are coming with me, Bezrat Hashem, hopefully to Uman this year. And I had to bring money for all 3 of us. It's a huge amount of money. My salary is not a lot bigger than yours. And I didn't have the money. Someone here in the yeshiva asked me, what are you doing? I told him, Hashem Ya'azor, Hashem gonna help. And I paid already for 3 tickets, all of the amount, without asking no one for a penny. But I was praying on it. I wasn't asking no one for the tickets. And there was a very nice, important, generous messenger that helped me. And not even for the tickets, he just gave me a big amount of money that was enough to fill that debt that I had. I registered myself, I signed up, I said, bought the tickets, but only the mikdama, paid $100 for everyone. All of the rest, HaKadosh Baruch Hu helped us, the very kind, generous messenger that gave us the money, only with prayers, only with tefillot. And if I see those miracles in my life, what's the difference between you and me? And I'm saying to myself, and you should say that to yourselves also, what's the difference between a Rav Dror to a Rav Shalom? A Rav Shalom is also a Baal Tshuva. It's true. There is no connection even between his Kedusha that he's holding to the Kedusha that I'm holding. I'm very far from him. But he achieved that. So if he achieved that, why you cannot? If you're going to put the same effort, Kefum Tzara Agra, you're going to receive the same reward. You don't want to suffer? You don't want to sacrifice? Okay, this is why you're not developing. But if you're going to put an effort, if you're going to sweat in the field, if you're going to do tshuva on your avonot, if you're going to ask for forgiveness from Hashem, He's going to give you everything. And if you don't believe in it, so why you have a kippah? Throw the kippah the hell out of here. You don't need it. If you don't believe in the merciness of Hashem Yitbarach, throw the kippah away. You don't need a kippah. If you don't believe that Hashem Yitbarach is accepting your tefillot, so why you need peot and zakan and tzitzit? Who are you serving? Who are you serving? If he's not that kind that's going to listen to your tefillot, who are you serving? Who are you talking to in Shmona Esrei? Why are you going to Bet Knesset if he's not there to listen to your tefillot? Why you bother to go to daven mincha, ma'ariv, if he's not there to listen to your tefillot? And if he's there to listen to your tefillot, so why are you not praying? If he's there to listen to your tefillot, why are you suffering all of your life from things that you're suffering and suffering and suffering and suffering and not going to talk about it with Hashem that can give you everything that you need on the spot? On the spot. If you would have faith, you would find that money in your pocket. Every amount of money that you need, even to buy a house. Even to buy a house. Rav bought that building only with prayers. All of the yeshiva went and made 6 hours Hitbodedut. 6 hours Hitbodedut on buying that building. And he didn't even have money for the first payment on the Tashlum Rishon. And all of us, all of the Avrechim, we signed up Horat Keva, we gave checks on $1,000 everyone. And this is how he collected $100,000, and this was the money. He gave those checks to I don't know who, and he took from him $100,000, and he took that amount. This was his first paycheck, payment. This is what that he had. He didn't have nothing. And we bought a square of Amma in this building. And this is it. And this is how we bought. And all of the rest, we went and we prayed. We made 6 hours Hitbodedut. All of the yeshiva, 6 hours Hitbodedut. Please Hashem, give this building to a Rav. Please Hashem, make that building to be Yeshivat Breslev. Give it to Rabbeinu, give it to a Rav. This building bought out of tefillot. And all of the rest they bought with mortgage, with mashkanta, and this is it, and payments, Baruch Hashem, tashlumim. And he got that house. Rich, huge people tried to take that house when there was that, when it was in how it calls, auction. And Harav had tefillot. After we went out from the field in that day, Harav Shalom said to all of the Avrechim, that house is ours. We don't need to pray on that anymore. This is it. He knew. He knew. Because like Rabbi Natan said, כל חיסרון שראיתי, או שלא התפללו עליו בכלל, או שלא התפללו עליו מספיק. Every lacking that there is in the world, or that people haven't prayed on that at all, or that they haven't prayed enough. You have problems of Shlom Bayit, you haven't prayed enough. You have problems with kids, you haven't prayed enough. Even if you're going to pray until you're going to be 50 or 60 or 70, what do you care? You should complete your job. My job is to pray. I'm not Borei Olam that is giving kids. Hashem pakad et tzara. Hashem, he was pakad et tzara. Not Abraham pakad et tzara. Rashi is sharing with us that Abraham, he wasn't capable at all to be with his wife Sarah. He was too old to be with his wife. And still, HaKadosh Baruch Hu pakad et tzara. This is that faith to bring kids, babies from the wall. To have faith that Borei Olam can give kids. Is it a bigger miracle that people gonna revive in Tchiyat HaMetim, come out from their graves? It's bigger than a woman that she's getting pregnant and babies coming out from her womb. Can it be? It's also not logic. It's also not, there is no nature in it at all. It's a total miracle. But it's been covered by nature. Scientists approved that. They said, okay, it can be. So now it can be. But it's a miracle. It cannot be. No one can do that. No one else can do that. It's all in the hands of Hashem. Also parnasa. No one can make money. I should make money. So those imaginations of making money. Can you make money? No one can make money. All of the ones that try to make money, they are behind bars now. Cannot make money. Cannot make money. Just Hashem is giving money. Hashem is helping. Someone gonna give you. Means Borei Olam gonna have mercy on you, and gonna understand you, and gonna want to help you, and he's gonna give you money. He's gonna give you a ticket. To one he's gonna give money. For one he's gonna give the ticket itself. It's all depends on how much you believe in Hashem Yitbarach. Rav Shalom said that he got as a gift few houses in his life, and he was never praying on a house more than half an hour in his life. Someone asked him if he should pray 6 hours on a house. A lot of times Rav Shalom said yes, but to that person Rav Shalom told him, why to waste your time? 6 hours on a house to waste your time? You can pray on your neshama, you can pray on your eyes, you can pray on tikkun habrit, on kedusha. You can pray on the Geulah, on the Afatza. To waste 6 hours praying on a house, half an hour, it's enough. Borei Olam, I'm going to accept your prayers. You don't need to pray more than half an hour. It all depends on how much faith you have. And Rabbeinu said the thoughts of the person are so strong that if a person is going to decide that he wants to be rich, he's going to become to be rich. If this is your will, if this is what you decided, you're going to be rich. Poor people become to be rich. Why? Because they decided, we're going to be rich, this is it. He's coming out from all of the, I don't know what, poverty that he had, and this is it. It all depends in the will. If you decided that you're going to be a Baal Tshuva, that you're going to work on your midot, that you're going to be holy, that you're going to be perfect in Tikkun HaMidot, you're going to be. If you're going to decide that you're going to be a Talmid Chacham no matter what, you're going to be a Talmid Chacham. If you're going to decide that you're going to know how to honor your wife, that you're going to be with a complete faith, that you're going to be a Baal Tefillah, that you're going to dedicate your life to Hitbodedut, you're going to achieve that. It all depends on your will. Now your will is stuck between shawarma or pizza and to rent a house with 5 bedrooms and also to I don't know what with the wife, and I don't know what with the kids, and I don't know what with the parents, and this is why you're stuck with all of those issues in your life. But if you're gonna close all of the windows and gonna dedicate your life to one thing, I want to be a righteous man, I want to be holy, I want to be a Baal Tefillah, I want to remember Hashem Yitbarach in every step that I'm making in my life. You're gonna have that. Like Rabbi Akiva, like Rish Lakish, like all of the greatest Baalei Tshuva of all of the generations. And you don't need to look and observe only on the generation of the Tanaim and Amoraim. No. There are Talmidei Chachamim, huge Baalei Tshuva in this generation, like Rav Shalom Arush. Like us. That with all of the difficulties that we have in our lives, how much we're achieving. And I'm not praising myself, just check it. I'm a crazy Baal Tshuva, and how much I achieved because I dedicated my life to what that we're doing now. And it's just the beginning, and we're all gonna grow. And if you're gonna decide that you're gonna grow, you're gonna grow. And if you're gonna decide that you're gonna be a Talmid Chacham, you're gonna be a Talmid Chacham. You have something else to do in your life that you rather, so do that, but don't come to complain after it. Have to watch the championship. Alright, so you can watch the championship and lost the last Masechta that you finished. It's this or that. Or this or that. Or this or that. And every one of us can change all of his natures, all of his sadnesses, all of his frustrations and bad way of thinking. And to be holy just by wanting one special thing, that it's faith. I want to believe in you, Borei Olam, no matter what. Even if you're coming to kill me, I'm waiting for you, Borei Olam. No fear in your eyes. No fear. What's going to be, what I'm going to tell my wife, what I'm going to answer. Who are you talking to? Your wife? Where she came to this world from? There is only Borei Olam. You need to satisfy the Lord, the Borei Olam, the Creator. Now you're thinking about your wife. Your wife, she's a mitzvah. You need to keep a certain mitzvah of honoring her. There is halachot, exactly. Take the book, Garden of Peace, use that book. This is your manual. This is how you're gonna, this is what you're gonna answer your wife. Yes, ma'am, you're right. I'm sorry, I'm apologize. Don't worry, Hashem gonna help us. Yes, of course, don't worry. Rav Shalom said, if you're listening to that, going by those rules, you can have Shalom Bayit with the devil. Don't be afraid. Thinking, I'm gonna get married to that one or that one or that one. You don't know the one that you're gonna get married with her until after the chuppah. Only after the chuppah you're gonna realize. Only after the chuppah. How it calls the tzipornaim, the fingernails, they're receiving it only after the chuppah. Before of the chuppah they don't have fingernails, the claws. It's coming only after the chuppah. So no matter who, so is it different if she's gonna be a lion or a tiger or I don't know what? What's the difference? It's a war in the same cage. Different cage, same war. Need to learn how to be humble, to humiliate yourself. Means to know the truth. The truth. The truth. When she's rebuking you, it's not that she's a bad woman. Et asher yohav Hashem yochiach. Hashem is rebuking you because He loves you. And the most gentle woman after the wedding, she's gonna rebuke you. She's gonna be very dangerous. No doubt. If Hashem loves you. If Hashem doesn't love you, so your wife gonna be afraid of you and she's gonna let you be wild and crazy all of your life and she will not gonna open her mouth. And you're gonna stay stuck with your stupidity for the rest of your life. And no one gonna fix you. But the one that Hashem is rebuking, it's because that Hashem still have hope from that person. That maybe he gonna wake up to accept those rebukes. And you can imagine yourself that you're gonna be a princess, that you're gonna marry a princess, that she's gonna be stuck on mute for the rest of her life. She will not. She will not. She knows how to switch buttons. She knows. They have Binah Yetera. She's gonna tell you, this is your mirror. She's She's going to stand in front of you and going to tell you exactly who you are and what is your level in Kedusha and what is your level in confidence in Hashem Yitbarach and which level you're in, sadness or happiness, joy or depression. She's going to rebuke you and going to tell you that you're depressing her, that you're bringing sadness into the house, and it's going to make you sadder and sadder, and then you're going to have to decide what you're doing with your life, if you're going down with your sadness or that you're going to start working on yourself to being happy and to work on your happiness. And people that think that they're happy and they fell into that sadness only because of their wives, it's crazy, it's a lie. You need to rebuke yourself before you're coming to rebuke someone else, and before blaming someone else on things that Borei Olam is putting in your life. And you need to deal, each and every one of us have to deal with the mirror that Borei Olam is putting in front of us. To one is showing you're not capable of bringing kids, to one is showing you're not capable of finding parnasa, for one is showing you cannot make your wife happy. One got all of those and more. Everyone with his lackings. Borei Olam wants you to fill your lacking. How are you going to fulfill your lackings? Only by tefillah. Please Hashem, I don't know how to make my wife happy. Like Rav Shalom told me, I told him, Rav, I'm trying, I'm asking. Tell me how I'm going to make my wife happy. I asked that question to Rav Shalom. He told me you should do what that I am doing. What, Rav? What are you doing? I'm going to the field and I'm saying, Ribono shel Olam, I don't know how to make my wife happy. Please make her happy. This is the answer. You think that you, by being a joker, by being a clown, you're going to make your wife happy? Your wife, she's the Shechina Kdosha. She wants you to be holy. When you're going to be holy, she's going to be happy. You think that by ni'uf and by horrible things you're going to make her happy, by jewelry, by ta'avat mamon, by nonsense you're going to satisfy the Shechina Kdosha, that she's going to be satisfied from jewelries and from lusts and desires and nonsense. She's a holy Shechina Kdosha. If you're going to be holy, your wife's going to be happy. And if you're not going to be holy, no joke's going to make her happy. No joke's going to make her happy. She's just going to be more frustrated and more frustrated. Her husband doesn't understand me and he doesn't realize what really I need in my life, and I'm talking to him and he's not listening. He's just continuing buying nonsense and things that he can satisfy me with his shtuyot. Just the rebuke going to get stronger and stronger because you're denying, denying. You're not standing in front of that mirror and admitting, need to work on my Kedusha, not looking at other women at all, and to be happy from an inner faith that Hashem is with me. From that I need to be happy and to share that happiness, that joy, that satisfaction from Beit HaMidrash into the house. If your wife asks you what you learned in the Beit Midrash today, you're not saying to her, oh, we were working on a very hard Tosfot in page 47 Amud Beis. She doesn't interested in that at all. You should tell her, we learned today about humility, about Shalom Bayit, how a person should honor everyone, how a person should work on his midot. And if really it wasn't your conclusion from that Tosfot in page Mem Zayin, so you're all wrong. You weren't understanding the limud. This is really the purpose of all limud. To let you be humble, to realize that Tosfot are a lot huger than you, and you're never going to understand real Tosfot until the end. And if you think that you got that Tosfot in page Mem Zayin, you're all wrong. It means that you haven't got it at all. Tosfot is something that is wider than the sea, that is larger than the sky. You know what one Tosfot contains? And after finishing Tosfot, you should understand that with the loving kindness of Hashem, with His compassion, He revealed to you one side that is not that stable of a certain pshat, to give you the will to continue learning. Because if you were not going to understand no Tosfot, you will not going to be able to move to the next one. So, supporting you to continue, giving you the will to live, that you succeed, that you achieve. The truth is that every word of the Torah is endless. It's infinity. Torah is light. You can grab light in your hands. Who can grab light? Who can hold light? Oh, I got it. You got it. It means that you haven't got it. It means that you made it physical. If you got it, it's in your hands, you made it physical. The purpose of knowledge, of knowing, is to know that you don't know nothing. That you realize how small I am, how wide is the Torah, how huge it is, the wisdom of Hashem, and how grateful I am to thank Hashem that He gave me that special merit to be from the ones that sat in the Beit HaMidrash and to spend my time learning Torah Kedosha with good friends that dedicate their life also to Limud Torah. And from that I'm happy. Not because that I grabbed Tosfot. You cannot grab Tosfot even in a million years. Rabbi Nachman blessed one of his students, Rabbi Aaron of Breslev, that in the world to come he's going to understand his Sichot Chulin, simple conversations, not Torah conversations. Rabbi Avram ben Rab Nachman blessed himself. He said, that he's blessing himself that after 10,000 years in the world to come, he's going to understand those Sichot Chulin that Rabbeinu was blessing Rabbi Aaron to understand. After 10,000 years he was blessing himself that he's going to understand the simple conversations of Rabbeinu. We wish all to be humble, to accept everything that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is doing with us out of love and out of knowing that it's all from a good reason. Thank you very much. Chazak Baruch.